Good afternoon, people, and you've just seen the time lapse of us getting Golden Eagle out of the water and pressure washed off. So, anodes, they're the bolt-on type. I don't think they're going to do another 2 years, so we'll probably be changing those. And down here, got a lovely big fat chine angle, and just very rusty around the waterline. Oh hello, I think we've got an invasion. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, look at that. There you go. Right, back to what I should be doing. Very green on the sides. Got some side anodes, they look alright, but just really, really green. Down here. Another anode there. It's alright, just a lot of rust along the waterline. Hello, looks like the front anode has left the chat. Okay, so you see what's been going on here is the way it's been welded. They've welded an awful long way along on these side anodes, and they've welded it underneath, which is a really dumb thing to do. Because when you're in a lock, these stick out a little bit, and sometimes it's possible for a brick or something within a lock to actually get hooked underneath the anode, then try and lift it up. And if it's welded on really well like that, then something's got to give, and it will tip the boat over quite a long way if you're not careful. And that's why you just weld literally a small amount, an inch at the most on the top and just down the side. So if anything gets hold of this and tries to pull it, it will break off. Not do what this one did, which was to literally get peeled back. And then you've got this lug here that, while the boat's still in the water and not been docked, potentially is going to cause you even more problems on other things that you encounter. So, lesson to other boatyards: stop welding the side anodes on at the bottom and so far along the top. Right, front chine angle, lovely down there. Yeah, I don't think these are welded underneath. They don't look like it. The guard irons have just been welded sporadic spots along the bottom edge, which is a bit of a shame. When we clean it off, we'll see for sure. Some unscrupulous companies do actually put filler or sealant in the bottom of these to hide the fact they've not been done. But when we clean this up, we'll find out, see what it has got. Front anode, bolt-on type. Weld on, bolt on. Oh, I'm sure there's a reason why they do it, but we will just drill and bolt some anodes back on this rather than welding them. An old anode bar that wants chopping off, and again just an awful lot of greenery around the front. Moving on to the port side, same story. Anode bar wants taking off. Chine angle on this side down here is looking good, but again just really green and rusty along the waterline. All the anodes on this side are intact, which is good. Just a bit of rust. Nice brass outlet like the ones we like. Moving on to the back. Nice big fat chine angle down here, that's okay. And again the anodes are just all getting a bit low and could do with being changed. And this bar taken off as well. Right, moving on to propeller. Looks like a Vita style setup. There's not much play at all in that. It's pretty tight, it's good. No nicks or chips out the paddles on that. Rudder, right. This is a Liverpool shell. They're always interesting to do. The cup at the bottom looks like it's got a bit of a bush in there, and there is a minimum amount of play on that. But it's in good order in the sense it's not going to break through anytime soon. It's been welded at the top, which is something that I often do when because these bolts are all missing. There should be bolts through here and they're not there. Whether it's had a new stock put in it or what, and they haven't drilled it out, I'm not sure. It's just been welded at the top, which is okay, but it's been welded at the bottom as well. It's now going to be a problem because we need to get this stock here slid up and out because of the top bearing. Top bearing's gone in this, which means that this shaft here needs lifting all the way out, which in turn means that where it's welded on down there has got to be broken off, and there's not an awful lot of access in there to actually get in there to do it, so it's going to be a little bit trying. So Golden Eagle just needs a load of prep to get that greenery off, sort the anodes, and have a crack at this rudder bearing. I think that's going to be my first job.
So here I am trying to get in there to cut off those welds at the top and the bottom of the rudder stock. This is going to be very challenging because there is hardly any access for me to get in there.
That broke it off. Sneaky buggers. They welded two bits of pipe together. Oh yeah. Wow. Oops. Check that out. Oh. They didn't even use one piece of pipe. It's two bits of pipe they welded together. And the pipe is. Good old Liverpool shells, eh?
Well, that didn't exactly go to plan, so now I've got to get in there with an air tool and try and die grind the weld out. Good morning, people. And you've just seen a bit of footage of me trying to get this rudder stock out of Golden Eagle. And the surprise where the ram's head or swan's neck, which one you want to call it, snapped. Now that's a new one on me. All the boats that I build, I put a solid piece of bar in here. I don't use tube. Just one of those things. This is obviously a cheaper way of doing it, and that's this particular boat builder favours, but I didn't know that they actually used two bits of tube and then welded them together. So that was a bit of a surprise when it broke. So normally on a rudder stock you would have a nut and bolt on the top of this here, so you could take the swan's neck, ram's head, whichever one you want to call it, off the stock and access the bearing at the top quite easily. But this particular boat builder, for some reason, has always decided to make this, which is all welded on, which then means that we have to go through the rigmarole that you saw me doing. Right, that's enough moaning. Let's get this thing welded back together again. While I'm at it, I'm also going to fill in the grinding marks on the stock from removing the paddle.
So the next job is to get these anodes off. They're bolted on and we're going to bolt the new set on. And then Jane can get the first coat of blacking on, maybe the second, and then we'll put these back on. We've also got these old anode bars to chop off as well. So I know in the comments some of you guys are going to ask me what is the difference between welding these on and bolting these on. Well, my opinion is that people that weld them on haven't got a pillar drill, and the ones that bolt them on haven't got a welder. Luckily I've got both. So on that one, Google is your best friend, or possibly some far out Facebook page group that debate this kind of stuff.
to put the rudder stock back in.
You have to put them on the right way up, they don't work upside down.
Very good. Talking crap.
Would I lie to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay, yeah.
Going as fast as my little legs will carry me.
Catch you up.
Find that's in a paint because that's just really flammable. If you get a spark in it, it goes up. Serious, I've done it before.
No, because that's my last roller.
I know,
You can't burn the roller.
I've done it before, it's happened. Nice shiny new one.
Look at that.
Well done.
Good job.
Hopefully you won't rip this one off.
In it.
Quite square though, I might have to cut her off and redo it.
Oh, yeah, put it on the
It's a
piss.
bit on the piss there. It'll still work.
It's fine.
Luckily nobody will see it.
As long as it stays in, it's all good.
I've fitted in. The one that I get filmed doing, I put on just a little bit squiffy.
Next job is to nut and bolt the paddle back onto the stock as it should have been done in the first place. And now the finishing touches, a bit of grease and the new top bearing.
Okay, so a quick update. Unfortunately, there's not an awful lot of space in there to film. It's a very dark hole, but as you saw, I've brought the batteries down, they're now installed, and I've also put a new fan belt in there. So the moment of truth, will it actually start? I think we should give it a bit of revs. I think that's preheat. Guessing that's quite noisy. Well, it's a runner. So the next thing to do now is just to let that get up to temperature so we can get the oil out of the engine and put some fresh in there, add some new filters on it. So come back to that in a little while. Okay, so that is the fuel filter changed, oil filter changed, fresh oil, new belt, bled up. Gearbox oil seems to be okay, doesn't look a dark colour or anything, so we'll go with that being left alone. See if it starts. A little bit noisy in there. So the stolen boat, that's the engine room all cleaned out, got rid of the oil, so now there's none of that going to get into the canal. Full service, and now it's ready for it to be collected, and yeah, let the owner get rid of this monstrous grinder green.